It is time now for the Great Day Morning Mix, and 19-year-old American player Coco Gauff is headed to the US Open Women's Final. She defeated Karolina Muchova of the Czech Republic in order to get to this point. But environmental activists actually interrupted the match for 50 minutes yesterday. The protest prompted confusion among fans, the players, and the game commentators. The US Open Women's Final is set for tomorrow. We want to congratulate Coco because she's the youngest American, male or female, to reach the US Open semifinals since Serena Williams did it at 17 in 1999. And that was the first of her 23 major single titles. So,
what a night for America.
Yeah.
And I love seeing bright young women doing amazing things and putting their name out there in the spotlight. It's exciting. She said in an interview that her only regret is that she wouldn't be able to play Serena. That would be quite a match.
Wouldn't that have been awesome to see? It's the US Open also has had a few of these interruptions from the protesters, and unfortunately, you know, they have to be asked about it, the players do. So Coco Gauff's like, I believe climate change is real, and I don't really know what these people were protesting. Would I rather it not happen during my match? Sure.
Right.
But it was a little bit of a crazy scene, but she still pulled out the win.
She pulled out the win. All right, late night host Jimmy Fallon is apologizing this morning to his staff over allegations of a toxic work environment. The allegations were first published yesterday in a story by Rolling Stone. The magazine cited 16 unnamed current and former employees who described a difficult work environment on The Tonight Show. One person had said it was detrimental to their mental health. The magazine said Fallon has since apologized to staff during a Zoom call, saying he wants the show to be fun and it should be inclusive to everyone. Man, I'm a huge fan of Jimmy Fallon, and you know, these are allegations. Who knows if they're true? I don't want them to be true.
I know. I think we don't want them to be true.
Yeah.
That's you know, for somebody that's supposed to be bringing so much joy and celebration. But he came out and just, you know, didn't really deny it because it's still kind of ongoing, but just like, sorry if I made you feel that way.
Yeah. You know, I think that's the best thing. You know, if someone is alleging something, you know, until the details are worked out, the best thing to do, really, just own up and apologize, because whether it's true or not, someone's saying you made me feel this way.
Yeah, and learn about it, learn more about it. So we'll see as that continues to develop. All right, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles now hold a place in Hollywood history. Gosh, this takes me back. The Turtles put their prints in concrete in front of the TCL Chinese Theater yesterday. As you can see, in the shape of a pizza. Yeah, you remember that from the shows? The popular characters are actually turning 40 next year after getting their start as comic book heroes, then TV stars, then movie stars, then Broadway stars. I mean, they have just done everything. So they got their prints immortalized in their slice of pizza, and then the founder, you know, they honor the creator, Kevin Eastman, who created the comic books, which led to this whole Teenage Mutant universe.
Kristen, I'm feeling old because I used to watch the cartoon after school. It was like one of my favorite cartoons.
They're only 40, so then where does that leave us?
Let's not do the math. Right. I love them. I'm going to have to go back to LA. I love going to see those handprints and turtle prints. Right. I'm going to have to go back for that.
And they're in good company. They're next to Keanu Reeves, the Avengers Endgame cast, and Godzilla.
Wow.
So really cool spot.
Really cool spot.
Yeah.
Well, a new study says married people are among the happiest people in the U.S. The study looked at a number of factors like education, income, and of course marital status, and found that marriage was the biggest key to happiness. The study also noted that there's a recent decline in the level of happiness and attributed some of that decline to fewer people getting married. It's really interesting. You know, the study did say that it perhaps is not necessarily people are happy because they're married, but that happy people are more likely to get married.
That makes sense.
Makes sense. You know, hey, I'm not disagreeing. I think it's a great study. I'm happily married. You're happily married. I wanted to ask you, Kristen, what kind of qualities do you think make a happy marriage?
I mean, for us, it's a lot of like spending time together and doing things we love together, but also knowing when we need a time away, right? And just kind of a lot of laughter and trust.
Laughter, I agree with that.
All right, finally, check out this adorable video from the Maryland Zoo in Baltimore. This little cutie knows how to beat the heat. The video shows this river otter playing with a sprinkler, and of course, it's gone viral. Why wouldn't it? She actually was rescued by the zoo back in May. She looks happy. Look at her having fun in there.
So cute. Otters are amongst the most playful animals, and you know what? They're very intelligent too.
Yeah,
actually.
She's trying to eat the water. Gosh, it makes me so happy. Okay.
Speaking of them being a little intelligent, a hotel in England says an otter is racking up quite the bill. The little guy has helped himself to dozens of koi from the pond outside the hotel. We're talking more than $100,000 worth of fish. The hotel is now working on a plan to keep the otter away from the pond.
Wow.
I'm telling you, they're smart because they had an electric fence, supposedly, and this little guy was able to like sneak past that, kind of Tom Cruise Mission Impossible style. Oh my goodness. And koi fish are expensive too, by the way. So they either have expensive taste or, well, they're just going with whatever's there. Maybe they should have less expensive fish in there. I don't know.
We want more of the otter eating the water than the otter eating the koi fish.
Yes.
Like, we want them having fun. Okay. There have been so many otter stories lately, I feel like, you know, like attacking the surfers, but then having fun. It's nuts.